forward necessarily matters. But yeah, it was only just like the upper area over here needed to be changed, so I just did it by hand on both sides. It's fine. But they're uniform. They're still as uniform as they were beforehand, so it's pretty good. Now this I just did. Okay, that looked like a zombie for a split second. I went by too fast. So over here, I had to do a little bit of editing. You can still see I left some of the edits here by accident. But I gotta go through the 1.12 version and take a look at what Sancturia looked like beforehand. But over here is where Rosaria base is now located. So again, same idea with that area, except for I literally did have to change the upper area over here. The reason why is because of the fact that if I were to use my structure blocks, which I do have them over here, synced up to work with in this room, which again, barriers, but I will remove that as quickly as possible. But for this area in particular, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the inside. I accidentally closed Rosaria base, so I can't actually go in unless I use Spectator, but I can easily just fix that up. Pretty much what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go on the inside, and I'm going to change the, I think it's the, is it the signs or the, I think it's signs or command blocks that say, like, oh, change this to bedrock, pretty much. Like, it changes all the barriers to bedrock, so you can actually see the damage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to structure void. So that way, though, like, while it's in here kind of thing, you turn off the shield kind of thing, because you can't really use it here. And, yeah. I also got to change all these trapdoors, though, but I might do them on my own time as well. But, yeah. So this is what it looks like in here. It looks amazing. Yeah, so pretty much what I'm going to kind of put here kind of thing is that, like, it appears from above us, so you can drop, and then this actually kicks in so it keeps it afloat. And then when you need to go to the next world, it'll be like a technician kind of thing that turns on this portal, and in which Rosaria base just moves right on through. And this took a lot of editing, by the way. I had to go into a 1.12 version and do all my edits that I needed to do for this in there. So that way, though, like, when I came back to this version, I just used Amulet to port it in. Which worked, but I think I might have created a few issues here and there, but I can worry about that on my own time. And yeah, and this is a remnant of that, too. This is not, this isn't supposed to be there. And over here, I've been thinking of making this into tinted glass instead, and making this room incredibly bright. Because this area is supposed to be, like, the command room kind of thing. As I said, like, this controls the atmosphere and all that stuff. And this controls communications, and this controls that, and this controls the water temperature level, purity, if you will, kind of thing. And here's, like, the storage room. I think this one's, like, yeah, 9. 9's pretty good. I just see 7 in here. Cool. Anyway. Yeah, so I gotta disable the guns off of U2. And I gotta disable the guns off of Rosaria base. I think maybe the last time you saw this, this was actually in a different rotation. So, like, there's a, like, so, like, Rosaria base is actually facing north, as you can see. So I changed how this base looked by rotating it to, like, to be north, which may have caused a few issues here and there, but it's fine. Mostly due to armor stands and such, so I had to redo all that stuff. But I did all that in 1.12, so it was not that hard. And the only things that I needed to technically modify in all this, actually, so if I would have kept it, like, normal, I would have had to change these two. I think it's, yeah, would have had to change every one of them. Instead, the only thing out of these 5 creations, 6, sorry, I miscounted. I forgot about Rosaria base because I can see, like, 5 in this general area kind of thing, right? So between all of these, the only ones that are broken in any capacity is just these 2. because since Rosaria Base and Arcanix were both made with north as the direction in mind, they're both completely fine because they're both facing north. Varkal, for some odd reason, I didn't remember this for whatever reason, they're actually face south. So these two are working as intended, which is kind of funny. These two, on the other hand, these two, unfortunately, were originally north. Which means that if I were to go into this area and click, I think it's the middle sign. Is it not the middle sign? This. I do enter this area, but I'm not into a good spot. Like if I do this. Oh no, it's not moving me to the right area for some odd reason. What is going on? So this is actually supposed to teleport you outside, by the way. This is supposed to teleport you out here. That's what that sign's supposed to do. But because it's not available for it facing south, and command signs don't get updated based off of positioning through structure blocks, it didn't actually fix that. So I have to go into 1. I think the last version I'm able to do this is 1.19. So I have to go to 1.19, change the signs around, and then go into here, change the signs again, and then save it. I don't think I have the save marked, but I know where I have it. I think I have the save. Oh, oops. You're supposed to be there. I did empty that. Okay, good. Ah, no. I gotta fix that light block now. There we go. I could also have it so that like all of this is just like one really weird line of trapdoors, but it's fine. Anyway, yeah, so like the only thing that I really want to do is I want to populate this with like random shipping containers, or not shipping containers, but like little shipping crates kind of thing. So using like, I don't mind using crafting tables for it either. Like crafting tables or barrels. Personally, I would like barrels because that creates more storage, despite the fact of that storage, like just more storage just means more things I could do with it, kind of thing. So I think that would be pretty cool for over here. And maybe around this line kind of thing. Try and make sure that you can still like enter in and leave kind of thing. Although, to be fair, I find it's going to be less likely for somebody to try and get into these ships on this side than they are to this side. Because it's much easier to go from, like, right here to on these, like, structures kind of thing. Like, look at that. That's much more simple, right? But for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little, like, computer-like thing. These are on the outside, correct? Yeah, so I could create like a little computer. We'll say like I'll just use this just to simulate it. For now. Hang on, I don't know what they're called though. I'll just use a normal one stair, I guess. So there'll be like a... I don't know what it's called. Or sorry, I don't know if it's actually under here or not. It should be. It's the icon of all things. There we go. Although I can change the sign type though. So like maybe I won't use this exactly, but pretty much like you right click this, a bridge will appear so you can get in and out kind of thing. So you can go like, ooh, this is Sercacraft. This is a really cool area kind of thing. I feel like that's supposed to do something. Oh. Yeah, I should probably get rid of that. I don't think it's supposed to have that map, but anyway. And then obviously, like, if these are filled with anything, these will be emptied. I think one of these is filled with items. I think it's Reva. I think it's filled with items. Unless, for some odd reason, I emptied it. No, see, So these will all be emptied. So, like, there's nothing really to worry about. But as I said, though, like, I'm going to create, like, a little computer system. So, like, we'll say, like, right here. I think what I'll do is I'll do something like that. There you go. On both sides. So that way, though, like, you just right-click this, a little bridge. Maybe I could do trapdoors. I don't know. Maybe the computer won't be here, but it'll be, like, where the door is centered. So if I do this, if I were to... They are not centered. Anyway, it's fine. So pretty much like you right-click this, a little bridge appears, and you can get on. These don't have barriers, so you don't have to. I don't have to worry about that necessarily. But yeah. Oh, I forgot to show you guys the outside. Hang on, I'll go do that before I go on. Yeah. So as you can see, copper here, and like copper over here. This is what I mean though. Like I've gone broke with copper. But what I'm thinking of doing is that either I'm going to change this area, like the north, south, east, west kind of thing. Maybe not those ones. But I'll change this to the new copper block, but I'll just wait until I gather enough specifically to go and change it, or I'll just change all of it kind of thing. Because this is actually supposed to be copper. I just remembered that. This is supposed to actually be copper, but it's supposed to be fully oxidized kind of thing. So at the end of the day, if we do actually go and end up doing that, I will change all this to the oxidized copper. I'm not even going to bother waiting for it. But pretty much the idea was that like it'll just be normal copper. Then as the series goes on, kind of thing. Though this slowly oxidizes as we continue on our merry way, kind of thing. Give me night vision so we can actually see what we're currently doing here. Infinite, sure. 0, true. So here's what it looks like. So the gear looks entirely different. And I want to tell you guys why the gear looks different. So before I even decided to port this new version over to here, I asked a friend of mine if I should make the gear appear more round-like instead of like as blocky as it is, and he said, yeah, that would look amazing. So I went ahead and did it. Now, excuse me for doing this, but I wanted to see if it would work perfectly, and it does. So I'm going to find out exactly how much copper bulbs I'm using. But I thought the copper bulbs would look really cool as the gear like middle. So they're like you can see it, right? So I thought it would look really cool. And it does. It looks really, really good. And obviously over here looks just as nice as ever. Black stone and the polished black stone to replace andesite. Deep slate bricks to replace the thing. And over here, oh my word, over here. So, did you know that when you try to replace any kind of stairs with World Edit, there's actually something you have to do. Hang on a second, I'll show you what I mean. And then I'll call it quits for now. So if we go to here, go to stone, brick, stairs. You have to click on facing. So what is it facing? It's facing, let's say, east, comma. You have to face the half, which will be the top or the bottom. By the way, top means it's upside down. Bottom means it's right face up, I think. Or it's reversed. We'll say bottom. Then you have to put shape. Then you have to put inner left, inner right, outer left, outer right, and straight. For each and every one of these directions. So pretty much for east, west, north, and south, I had to do 5 inputs. That's 20 inputs for just one of these. So pretty much for each and every one of these stairs down here, I had to put 40 inputs just to change one rotation of the stairs onto the next. So that's why these deep slate tiles are here kind of thing and all that stuff. it took me like about to doing all of this through World Edit, mind you. World Edit. If I had to do this by hand, I would have given up completely. But to do this with World Edit, it took me about 2 hours, I think. And that's just doing up to here. That's just doing up to here. All this. That's all it was. And that is insane in my opinion. That is utterly insane. But I gotta say though, the results looks amazing. Ooh, we got fully copper. Look at that. I think that's fully oxidized. Yeah, that's wow. That's actually kind of funny though. This is the normal. This is it slightly exposed. This is that. Wow, that's actually kind of cool. Anyway, yeah, so like I'm gonna do a little bit of changes here and there. Still got to do my little finishing touches kind of thing. But for the most part, yeah. So one thing that I'm gonna mention right before I end it off here is that over in this area, I'm gonna get rid of all the light blocks so that this. No, the spore blossom particles enter in here. Oh, I forgot to. Yeah, I forgot to change that back. Yeah, all of these got changed as deep slate tile. Stairs, I forgot to change that, but yeah. That's gonna have to be a thing that I'm gonna have to switch back. But yeah. I didn't realize the spore blossom blocks actually did that. Did they go into water? Or no? Or is this like just enough to escape its grasp? It's on the block itself. That's adorable. But yeah, but that's pretty much everything that I've done so far. I gotta fix up this area kind of thing. I had originally built like a sugarcane lily pad area over here that I gotta recreate kind of thing, and then that's pretty much it for this area. Then of course changing the lighting, such like that. So yeah. So hopefully next time we will start in Sancturia when it's finished, and hopefully all of this stuff will be done. Oh right, yeah. Last thing before I actually end it off though. The reason why I need to replant the tree here is because when I changed it to cherry blossom trees, it started disappearing. And I didn't understand why. Apparently, when you replace the leaves, you have to specifically mention. I don't know why you have to mention this, but when you do anything with leaves, you have to literally put persistent to true. And when you do that, the leaves don't go away. For whatever reason, apparently, when you just switch it from one leaf that's already persistent to another leaf, it gets rid of the persistence. So it starts degrading. That's very sad and weird and awkward behavior, but hey, it's fine. It works. I like the moss placements, though. It's not supposed to take over this area. It's just supposed to be like little splotches here and there. Anyway. Yeah, so I'll see you guys next time for some more Sercacraft.